Hey, peace and blessings, family. It's Nero here. And in this video, I want to continue talking about the sun and the signs. And in this video, we're going to talk about Sun and Virgo, the Virgo sun sign, and if you're familiar with astrology. And just in this video, it's just not happenstance, or chance, things like that. Then damn. But then that Sun in the Virgo can also be looked at as like Sun in the sixth house because sixth house was over Virgo, and also, and this is where this is where I personally like to twist things, and we all are a little bit eccentric and like to do things differently, even though we may not all be Aquariuses or be Uranus dominant, and that's what people who are really into the astrology and all that. But I don't. Yeah. Like I was saying, I like to twist a little bit and also look at Sun in Virgo as like Sun conjunct Mercury. Like I said, in Sun and Gemini, and I'll explain that later on in the end of the video. But so yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it and knock this out. So with Sun and Virgo, for the most part, Virgo's an earth sign, and Sun is your wants and your actions, your conscious awareness. Without getting too much details, and Sun and Virgo, the earth sign, a person's actions is going to be, a person's actions, their wants, and what they're constantly aware of is going to be fixated. Well, not so much fixated. That's Taurus. It's going to be dealing with, um, things regarding security, stability, structure, or organization, routine, and especially organization. So yeah, and I'll get to that in a minute. But for the most part, that's what Virgo's actually going to be dealing with because they're Earth sign, just like Taurus and Capricorn. Taurus fixates itself on it. That's where Taurus is stuck, and then to an extent, and then Capricorn likes to actually lay down the foundation for that. So yeah, because Capricorn is a cardinal and likes to initiate and be the leader and things like that. So yeah. And then so, with that being said, that's like, Sun of Virgo in a nutshell without getting into the details, but we're gonna get into the details. Now, with we said, Virgo Sun Earth, but Virgo is mutable Earth, and this just simply means that they're either open to, open to different ways of being practical, stable, secure, routine, things like that. And that's either, open to, new, open to new ways of, being stable themselves and creating new ways of being stable, and open to creating new ways of being stable themselves in their own way, or a lot, with other, or open to other people's ways of being, stable and secure, organized and routine. So that's mutable. It can go both ways. The self or the selfless, and that really just means, people placing things outside of the self. So yeah, and I don't want to get into that because it gets deeper than that, but that's not what this video is for. But yeah, so. Whew. I'm talking a little bit fast, so I gotta slow myself down. But yes. Now with Sun in the sixth house, the sixth house, without getting into too much detail, the sixth house is the house that deals with, your day-to-day, daily living, your health, um, and we talk in your job, your workplace, and when we talk about all those things, you like to keep those things, you like to take good care of all those things, right? Like to keep all those things structured and stable, and routine and organized, right? And so it's not, and that's also what this house tends to deal with as well. Your day to day, how you go about, tackling your day to day, task and your daily routine, things in the workplace, and issues regarding your health, whether that may be mental or physical. And I say mental because sixth house is ruled by Mercury, so, and then it's an Earth house, so that's why I say both mental and physical. But yeah, and this is since it's since this house is ruled by Mercury, and Virgo is an Earth sign. Earth signs all deal with like practicality and practicality and using the head. The head just deals with being rational and analytical and all that, and structured. So it goes hand in hand. 1 second. Yep, sorry about that, y'all. And that was a phone call. I usually wait until somebody talks to see if they're gonna say anything. They usually don't say anything. So when people don't, and I answer a phone, people don't say anything. I just assume it's an automated number or something. So it is what it is. But yeah, I probably should have scrapped the way I was talking about that and just simply tell you guys, with Sun in sixth house, a person's action is just gonna be, uh, with Sun in sixth house for the most part, dealing with that I said earlier. A person's actions and wants and conscious awareness is going to be focused on their day to day, you know, and how they, go about, tackling that and their, like I was saying, their health in the workplace and all that, but more so. And then it's also has to do with scheduling routine. And we know scheduling things and routining them is a way of gaining, is a way of making things structured and organized. And that is how you create the stability. So, when we talk about this, this also goes hand in hand with Sun and Virgo too, because their actions like to be, organized and all that. And then Mercury rules over Virgo, and that's the planet that deals with, analyzing. And that's also where, with analysis comes critique and all that too. This is where the critical side of Virgos comes out as well. So, yeah, this is what I talk about my Virgo video, but I wasn't talking about Sun and signs. But yeah, and sorry if it's like all over the place. I'm probably just overthinking it, but hey, it's authentic that way, and not trying to be perfect. But yeah, yeah, Sun in sixth house, Sun in Virgo. A person's actions is just going to be dealing with you know, um, organizing things, and through organizing those things, creating that, actually, creating and maintaining that structure and stability. So yeah, and then now with actually like when I talked about Sun conjunct Mercury, when I was saying how I was twisting it earlier, with this one, and then I just so happen to be Mercury dominant, so that's not important. I'll get to that in a minute. But I say that because Mercury also does your nervous system, and to not overthink things a lot and try to be perfect with things. And you probably see that in a lot of my videos. So that's probably that Mercury dominant thing going on. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying though, with like Sun conjunct Mercury, when I say that with Sun in Virgo and Sun in Gemini, it's because I say it like this: we know Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and that Virgo's actions are, like they like to, analyze things in order to, in order to find how they're gonna, organize things. And when they organize it, through organizing it, they find, that's how they make the things stable and all that. Uh, when I say that, it's like when you put that kind of energy along with the sun, and then without getting too much details, it's like the sun, which is your conscious mind, your consciousness, and Mercury, which is your, and this is your mind that likes to imagine, likes to, imagine things, and set, the intentions and all that. Um, it's like that. It's like that part. It's like that part of your mind, and then the part of your mind that likes to deal with getting the details and organizing things and analyzing things. Being hand in hand, and being in alignment with one another, connecting with one another. And I mainly say that, because even though that aspect may not be in the chart, there is it's the sun. The sun is still, working its energy through a sign that is ruled by that energy. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, feel free to ask it down in my comment section, and I'll try to explain it better. But for people who may be Mercury dominant like myself and really just like to, and I'm also a first house Uranus too, so there's that as well. But if you're a person who likes to use your mind a lot and think about and try to look at things like the way I like to look at them, you'll understand what I'm trying to get at when I speak about this certain way of looking at it. So yeah, and with this video in particular, I probably did overthink it and made it more stretched out than it needed to be. But I'm gonna leave it like that because this is my way of showing you guys that I am imperfect, that my videos ain't perfect, and I don't want them to be perfect because trying to be perfect is like you know being unrealistic, and on the sense of like, and just like when you realize that all things are, imperfect and have flaws, that's when everything becomes perfect. But yeah, that's for another video. But yeah, anyway, yeah, let's not. I've done enough talking, probably overthinking this video. So I'm going to end it there. And with this being said, you guys, this is going to be my take on Sun and Virgo. And I probably did this better in my video where I just talked about the sign Virgo, but it is what it is either way. And also, yeah, we're just going to leave it there. This is my take on uh, this is my take on the Sun and Virgo. And you can also look at a sixth house sun, but I'm still going to make a different video on sun, that actual placement itself, and actually interchange them, you know. So yeah, but until it even gets to that point, we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, that's cool. But more so importantly, if you and for this video, I definitely hope you do, because you could probably help me out more. Because yeah, but anyway, but more like I was saying, if more so important, if you got any criticism, feedback, things like that for this video, please feel free to put those down in the comments, because that's really where the gold and all that comes from. It's different interpretations and people's, asking questions and all that. So yeah. But until then, we're gonna talk with you guys about we're gonna talk about Sun Libra next time. Y'all have a good afternoon, and yeah, love y'all. Have a good one. Peace.